Two brothers, two offerings, one accepted, one rejected. And humanity's first murder happens in a field where no one can see. Genesis 4 is the story of jealousy, rage, and a question that echoes through history. Am I my brother's keeper? But here's what most people miss. God gave Cain a chance to stop. He didn't take it. Let's walk through the first crime ever committed.
Meet Cain and Abel, the first siblings in human history. Cain, the older, works the ground as a farmer. Abel, the younger, tends flocks as a shepherd. Two brothers, two paths, and the world is brand new. But this isn't just a family story. This is the setup for the first act of violence humanity will ever witness, and it starts with an offering. Both brothers bring gifts to God. Cain brings some of his crops. Abel brings the best parts of the firstborn lambs. Notice the difference? One is casual, the other is intentional. God accepts Abel's offering, but rejects Cain's. The text doesn't say why, but the result is immediate. Cain's face falls. Anger floods in. And the question becomes, what will he do with that anger? Before anything happens, God intervenes. He speaks directly to Cain. Why are you angry? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? Then comes the warning. Sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it. This is the moment. God describes sin like a predator waiting to pounce, and he puts the choice squarely on Cain's shoulders. Will he master it, or let it master him? Cain makes his choice. He invites Abel to the fields, away from witnesses, away from eyes. And then, in brutal simplicity, the text says it. Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. The first human death isn't old age. It isn't sickness. It's murder. And the ground that once gave life is now soaked with blood. Everything has changed. God asks the simplest question. Where is your brother Abel? It's a chance to confess. But Cain doesn't confess. He deflects. I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? That question echoes through history, and God's response cuts through the lie. Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. The earth itself is a witness. There's no hiding from this. Cain is sentenced. The ground he worked will no longer yield crops for him. He becomes a restless wanderer. But then comes the twist. Cain fears revenge. Anyone who finds me will kill me. So God gives him a mark, not a badge of shame, but a sign of protection. The cycle of violence stops here. Cain is banished to the land of Nod, which literally means wandering, and he disappears from Eden's story.
Here's the irony. The wanderer builds the first city, and Cain's descendants become innovators. Jabal invents livestock herding, Jubal creates music. Tubal-Cain forges tools from bronze and iron. Civilization is born from Cain's line, but so is escalating violence. Lamech, Cain's descendant, boasts about killing a man and threatens 77-fold vengeance. Progress and depravity grow side by side. But is this the end of the story?
The story pivots back to Adam and Eve. They have another son, Seth. His name means appointed or replacement. He is the new hope after Abel's death. And through Seth's line, something shifts. His son Enosh is born, and people begin to call on the name of the Lord. Worship is restored. The spiritual path reopens. Hope flickers again in a broken world.
We've walked from offering to murder, from warning to exile, from violence to hope. Before you go, sit with these questions. First, God told Cain that sin was crouching at his door, waiting. What's crouching at yours? And are you mastering it, or is it mastering you? Second, am I my brother's keeper? Cain asked mockingly. But the real question is, are you? Who in your life needs you to show up, to care, to intervene? Two questions. Take a breath, let them land.